Hello everyone, Larry here speaking for the next WDA race in Bassum, the July race, the fourth of the season. Before we really get started, excuse me for the bad quality and for the bad angle. The matter is simply that I tried out a new camera and I wanted to record it in 4K. Obviously the camera sucks. And obviously I failed the angle a bit, so we won't gonna see much of the track, a lot of my hands and the wheel. But here's the start. Basically, actually it was a medium one, but the guy in a blue shirt had an extremely good start, so I had to stay on the outside line to at least get back that place. So I started fourth and I fell down the sixth position. And now you can see I cannot see anything of that guy, and simply the entire view is on the tarmac, which is a shame. But yeah, still try to talk you through about the all the instances of the race. So going cautiously in the race, because obviously the tires are still cold. So here's my first lunge at the guy. He saw me, didn't really give me the gap, and as I said, I was pretty cautious, so I didn't want to risk anything in the first or second lap. But all I knew is that I have to pass him quickly, because previously you could see it perfectly. He's just sliding on the rear end, and that's what he complained about in the previous sessions. Whoa, that's a heavy lunge back. Lunge at the. Yeah, now I got sixth. Sorry, before then I was fifth, so lost basically only one place. But that was a hell of a dive bomb actually, but it worked out for him. So now he even got fourth, and that was a big disadvantage for me, because I wanted to get close to the top three guys. Maybe if something happens that I can capitalize from that. But now again, this guy is sliding all the time, and he's losing time with the guy who just dive bombed me, and I'm losing time towards or against everybody, because he's that much slower on the exit of of the corners. So I tried to stick on my line, preparing my car for a good exit, which worked here very good, and trying to use the gap what I get to get past him, and to get back my fourth place. So meaning that guy who dive bombed me, to get him as well. But I'm not close enough for attack, so I had to stay cautious and patient. Obviously, as I said, I didn't want to risk everything. And now I saw my gap, saw my chance. I was close enough, understeered a bit into the corner, which I liked in this car. But I had to take the corner a bit more narrow, so he got a better exit. Tried to stay on the outside line, wasn't really smart, so I just broke or lifted and tried to get back to the normal line. And now again, very close to him, and I just really thought, let's send it, and let's see what's gonna happen, and it worked out pretty good. So I fought my way back to fifth place now, and now my next mission is to get the guy over there. We can barely see, unfortunately, to get back my fourth place, my starting position. Just a short view back where Andre is, and I mean, I think he knew that I'm quicker than him, so he didn't really try to stick on my ass, and just trying to force it more or less. I think he knew that I'm quicker than him, so he tried his chance to stay in front. He was overtaken, so okay, that's it. Now I'm pushing to get that guy over there. He was extremely quick. I didn't even notice him really on the track for the entire day. So the first time I noticed him is when he dive bombed me, and it was a really good move, to be honest. Should have maybe closed the line a bit, but his speed he took into this corner. I don't think I could have done anything to prevent losing the place. Otherwise, I think the risk was high to have an incident. So, yeah, it was a clean overtake. Not much to talk about that. Now I'm just pushing to get the guy. And doesn't matter what I did. It's kind of, you know, the gap becomes or stays the same. Yeah, obviously we cannot see it. I know that. As I said again, I'm really sorry. It was the first and only time I used this cam because it's not 4K. Sorry. Well, let's go back to the race again. So I tried different things again because I had the confidence with that car to experiment a bit more in its span of a race. So braking later, maybe just tipping on the brakes and sliding around the rear end or bring it around to have a better exit, and so on and so on. I tried various things, but kind of, yeah, the gap stayed kind of the same. It was not more, it was not less, so we were pretty much at the same pace. What I was hoping for is now what's about to happen, the lapping guys. So yeah, it was a bit tricky here. I had to tip on the brakes, I think, to avoid any pushes, because I don't like that. I mean, let's be fair. Come on. If there's someone in front of you having a bad exit, then yeah, that's the way it is, you know. But yeah, it didn't cost me too much time, to be honest. So the next guy in front of me, short view back where Andre is, and how quick he's gonna get through the first back marker. And yeah, the only thing I hope that those guys will not be right here in the infield. So that's why I had to take this place to overtake him here, to use every chance to get closer to him, because as we all know, lapping guys is kind of a gamble. Sometimes you win and you get the guys in the right spot to unlap them, and sometimes you don't, and you have to lap them in the infield where it costs more time. So for me, that was the hope that he will struggle a bit with the lapping while I get through pretty quickly. But as I said again, the gap is pretty much the same. So I was thinking, all right, now maybe he could have got lucky, you know. Let's go, let's push further, and yeah, let's see how it's gonna unfold at the next group we're running against. Okay, a few laps later, I think two, we have this the next guys to lap, and yeah, on the exit from the infield, this is something I could really live with. Just yeah, going on the inside line, catching both, of course, compromising my exit on for the back straight, but yeah, I think waiting and being cautious would have cost more time, because I mean the gap was there, so why the hell not using it, you know? Yeah. Now again, I got lucky because I got them on the exit from the infield, and lunging down the yeah, the corner 5, turn 5 for the back straight. I think it was ideal. Now the same here, infield exit, having a good, yeah, maybe not a good one, slightly oversteering on the exit, but yep, still having the better line. I mean, he drives it pretty on the middle, so I knew that he's gonna run wide. Well, I take just a late apex, and having a yeah, more straight line to out accelerate out of there. So it works good as well. But again, even though we can see it, again, I think even the gap got bigger now. I don't remember it exactly. I cannot see it on the edge of the screen, but I think the guy on P4 was already fighting with the guys fighting for P2. So he's pretty close on that. I think he was pretty close on that group on that stage of the race. And for me, obviously, it was a chance to join their party. I mean, all I had to do is to get lucky in the yeah, in the lapping, and obviously pushing as good as I can without any mistakes. So I think from at this point I started to brake for this corner when the tire barrier started, just tipping on the brakes, of course, turning on a bit more to slow down the car with my front left wheel, and at the same time getting the car to a slight oversteer and to correct it with the steering to position it towards the apex. Yeah, from that place or from that stage on, not much is going on, so let's skip further. Okay, exit last corner. Again, very lucky. I didn't have to lift at all on a main straight, overtaking him slightly or simply, and going towards turn 1. And we could see that for a short moment that, you know, in turn 1 there's absolutely nobody. Because at that moment where we could see it on the edge of the screen that they were already on the exit of turn 1, and yeah, more or less on the back straight for turn 2. So the gap definitely got bigger, and yeah, we could see for a very short moment that there were 3 cars ahead of us. at the end of the straight. So certainly it must be the group fighting for P2. Now here again lapping on the main straight, simply just using your exit power, your speed you took from the last corner, and just go through. So on that on, I actually knew that there's for me there's no chance to get on a better position, but still I pushed, I tried, because anything can happen. One slight mistake and one driver pushes away the other two on into the barrier, and there's a big crash, and I just go past them and get P2. Anything can happen. It was for me it was enough to get P3, but nevertheless that's why I pushed, even though if nothing happens I knew I will stay on P5. So still tried to dangle myself through the field. Now again lapping. Here I was very cautious because I was not sure which line he takes, but I saw the gap here. Waiting for him to get through the infield would have cost more time. The same here, so I had to take the spot. I didn't want to risk too much, but yeah, as I said, to be in touch with him, I had to get through like this. On the other side, you could argue that, dude, you are on P5 very on a certain P5, because Andre was already far away behind. So actually there is nothing that could go wrong in this place. Just finish your race off and get home on 5th. But yeah, there was an idea I had in my head to just release the throttle a bit and just bring it home in 5th. But yeah, there was something in me that had the bit of hope that something could happen with the guys in front of me, and if you just give up and you're too far away, maybe you're not getting in a position to capitalize from that, and I didn't want that. That's why I pushed and tried everything I could to get through the back markers as good and as fast as possible, and to lose as less time as possible towards those guys. So now here, and that's what I mean. I don't know why the guy started to brake in on the inside line for that corner. That confused me a bit, or what means a bit? I mean a lot. But the bottom line is I lost my 5th place here, and I fall down back to 9th. And this is what the argument is. I could have just slowed down and chilled through the race. I mean, I was on very secure 5th place, but I wanted to get through there, through the back markers. I wanted to stay in touch and stay as close as possible to those guys, even though the gap was big already, but just in case. And now I paid for it, to be honest. Falling down 5th place, as I was told later, it was the penultimate lap, so if this didn't happen I would have been 5th and qualifying myself for the final race in November. But everything turned out to be different. So yeah, I had no clue how much time left is, so I continued with the same pace, just pushing as much as possible to get back at least maybe one place, because I saw that Thomas is already ahead of me. So I think he finished 8th, and the guy he was fighting all along was 7th, and Andre obviously got my place. So I just tried to push now, but even though actually I knew that it's about to end the race, I still had some hope that maybe I could have got one more place. I don't know. I don't know why he was braking on the inside line, but it doesn't matter. He's not the guy to blame. The only guy to blame is myself, because I was too confident and a bit too I don't think aggressive, but kind of overconfident in lapping. yeah, and I paid with it, and I paid the price for it, falling down from fifth to ninth. I mean, we have no point system, so there's not much that I lost. The only thing I lost is my place and obviously my qualification for the final race. But I'm pretty positive about that. I mean, I have 3 more races to participate, so I'm sure I will definitely get that. I mean, just remember the 2017 season. I qualified myself in a last race, obviously, for the final race. So yeah, that's it. Actually, I think the time is now over, and it's just all about finishing the lap. Mm, I don't remember. I saw the sign already. No, I didn't see it two on the edge. But yeah, that's the way it is, to be honest. A very dumb mistake, and I know that I knew that right in that exact moment where I just was standing with my nose cone towards the tire barrier right here. So, you know, I knew that it was just a confusing situation because I didn't know what line he's gonna take, and then he started to slide, and all I wanted to do is to avoid tipping him and crashing into him, and I ended up spinning myself. Really dumb, but yeah. I mean, you know, that's why so many kids or so many professional drivers started karting as a kids, as a 4, 5, 6, 7-year-old kids, because they learned all the things I'm learning now, or I've been learning over the last 4 or 5 years. They learned it as a kid, as a child, and of course now they, if they're in my, in my age, or if they're when they're a teenager, around 14, 15, 16 years old, where they are about to take a step to a higher level. They know all the things I'm learning currently, and that's what makes it a big difference. All the experience. Those situations, I don't think that a 10-year-old kid driving for 5 years karting wouldn't have made the same mistake. This is Andre, by the way, who got my place. I don't think that a kid driving 5 years karting would have made the same mistake as I did. Obviously, it tells more about myself than about anything else. That for 5 years of regular karting on this track, I still do those silly mistakes. But I learned from that, and I hope that it will not gonna happen anymore. Just talking to the guy.
Kann sein. Ja, wegen Überrundung. Ich glaube, ich war da ein bisschen zu optimistisch und er hat sich fast vor mir gedreht, ich ihm, um ihn nicht reinzufahren. Ja,
Yeah, just a short. Okay. Just a short conversation with Toby. What happened to me in that exact situation. Now that's it. Now we're looking at the gray sky. Sorry once again for the bad quality and for the bad angle. I wanted to use a new camera. Now I know that I will not do that anymore. So I'll get back to my 1080p HD cam, and yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you still enjoyed that, and yeah, see you later. Goodbye.